What if I told you that your credit score could jump, not because you paid off your debt, but simply because of when you paid it? Sounds weird, right? Like one of those too good to be true internet tricks. But this one is real, completely legal, and honestly, kind of ridiculous once you understand how it works. Most people are doing everything right with their credit cards, paying on time, staying responsible, and still missing out on easy points. Meanwhile, a small group of people quietly use this timing trick to make their credit score look way better overnight. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Let's start with a simple question. When do you usually pay your credit card bill? Most people say, before the due date, right? That's what we've always been told. Pay on time, avoid interest, be responsible. And yes, that's important. But here's the twist. Your credit score doesn't really care about your due date the way you think it does. What it actually cares about is something called your utilization, which is just a fancy way of saying how much of your credit limit you're using. Imagine you have a credit card with a $5,000 limit. During the month, you spend about $2,500. That means you're using 50% of your limit. Now, even if you plan to pay it all off later, if that $2,500 gets reported to the credit bureaus, your credit score sees you as someone using half your credit. And that's not great. Your credit card company doesn't report your balance every day. They report it once a month, on something called the statement closing date. Think of it like someone taking a picture of your bank account once a month and sending it to the credit bureaus. That picture becomes your credit behavior. If your statement closes while your balance is still $2,500, that's what gets reported. But if you pay it down to, let's say, $200 before the statement closes, then suddenly your utilization drops from 50% to just 4%. Same spending, same card, completely different picture. And that is the 24-hour hack. It's not about paying more money. It's about paying at the right time. It's like taking a messy room, shoving everything into the closet right before guests arrive, and suddenly everyone thinks you're super organized. You just need to lower the balance temporarily before that reporting moment. After your statement closes, you can use your card again if needed. Most people mess up by waiting until the due date to pay, which means their high balance has already been reported. Two people could spend the exact same amount, but one ends up with a higher credit score simply because they understood the timing better. Credit scores love low utilization, ideally under 30%, even better under 10%, and the sweet spot is around 1% to 5%. You normally use $1,000, but right before your statement closes, you pay $900. Now your reported balance is just $100. That's 5%. It's kind of like dressing up for a job interview. You might be the same person, but presentation changes everything. This can work really fast. Sometimes within a few days or weeks, your credit score can update. That's why people use this trick right before applying for loans, mortgages, or new credit cards. This isn't a cheat code where you ignore your debt. If you're carrying high-interest balances, you should still pay them down. Think of it like better lighting in a photo. You still need a good subject, but lighting makes it look even better. You'll start checking your statement dates, not just your due dates, and become more strategic. You shift from just using credit to actually managing it strategically. That's the real difference between average users and people with 800-plus credit scores. So next time, don't just ask, "Can I pay before the due date?" Ask, "What will my balance look like when my statement closes?" Because that one small shift in thinking could be the difference between a good credit score and an excellent one. And once you see how simple it is, you'll probably wonder why no one told you this earlier.